Welcome everybody. We're back in the classroom. I've trapped Rizzoli in a little jar for no particular reason. It's not for unspecified viscous liquid, for sure. I've dug through my attic and I actually happened to find an old PC. It's practically a freaking relic at this point. Not a relish, but a relic. Sunday is for the boys, and Sundays usually mean that we do something a little bit more, I would dare say, adventurous, something a little bit different. You know, it's been so long since I've honestly just sat in the living room that it's not actually a living room anymore. Wait, when did someone install a gym in here? That's weird. What I was trying to do was, this actually. It's been so long since we've just sat in my living room and just chatted, but today's not that day. So today's topic is all about internet, specifically early 2000s internet. Now let me set the stage for you. The year is 2008. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare has been out for just over a year, and it's causing you and your boys with an I, because I stands for inclusivity, to either strengthen your friendship or cause you to hear racial slurs for the very first time. There is both an iPod and a Motorola Razr in your pocket because there's no shot that you have actual music on that phone unless you did one of these. And you got like maybe 30 seconds of that song that you really love. But speaking of cell phones, you also had the things like ringbacks. Does anybody remember ringbacks? So instead of like the usual, instead, a song of your choice that would play for maybe even like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that. For me, I had that, what is that one song? Oh yeah, here we go.
Ring, 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 banana phone.
You get the point. I thought I was so wacky and zany by having that, but it just, whatever. This is like a documentary. 2000 was when the horrors really set in. Bro, in the 2000s, I thought my mom was the main character of Tomb Raider. I didn't learn Lara Croft's name until I was 16. That's crazy. In fairness, for some reason or another, I thought my dad was the governor of Hawaii because he always said the words, "My word is law." I thought that for like 2 years. Kid logic. No, yeah, I know, right? Kind of like, okay, I was one of those dumbass kids that thought because it was nothing but like sepia tone and black and white, like monochrome video from before like the 1970s, I firmly believed until an alarmingly late stage in my life, I'm talking like 15 years old, that I realized that people didn't actually live in black and white. And then suddenly in the 70s, there was just color. Like the world had color. Some divine entity just turned on the lights, just turned on the color, bumped up that contrast and set the saturation to 40. I'm so serious. Listen, I was a really stupid kid, believe it or not. There was a period of time where I wanted to straighten my hair. I was in high school, right? But I didn't own a flat iron. So I thought to myself, like, what's one way that I could potentially do this with the household products that I have? Well, I had an iron and an ironing board. And my hair at the time was long enough that it was like shoulder length. So I was like, this should just work out just fine. So I pulled out the ironing board and like I put my like head up against it. It's so incredible that I didn't like give myself like 3rd-degree burns from this. I would like flatten my hair like that. At some point, I thought it would be a good idea because the cord didn't fully like reach up to the top of the ironing board. So as a result of it, it was like too short for me to actually lay down on its side. So I put it down on the carpet. Somehow, some way, I bumped it and it landed iron like metal side to the carpet, and I could see the carpet melting, and I'm like, oh shit. So I pick it up, and then there's this perfect iron print directly in the carpet, just melted down to the hard wood. Shit, my dad's gonna kill me. So my solution to this was I go downstairs and I'm digging through our little like basement area, and I find this huge spool of that carpet that had been sitting there for a while. So I take some scissors and I cut off a nice little like square patch. I go back upstairs with an X-Acto knife and I cut a rectangle out. I stick the other carpet on there, and I have no concept of how you lay down carpet. So I just put the square into that little space that I've cut out, and I moved the couch right over it so he wouldn't notice, because I immediately realized that you can see just it's not perfect, right? So you can see that there's just little threads on the sides, and I obviously cut it out, and he didn't find out for another like 2 years. Child, you stresses me the fuck out. Yeah, you think that everything just makes total perfect logic, but as it turns out, you're just fucking stupid. How did we get here? Through the power of science and recalibration, I have taken this time portal right here, and we are going to be able to enter that computer right there. I am taking you back and into the user interface that is arguably one of the shittiest renditions of Windows to ever hit. We're going back into Windows Vista. God, it's so ugly. Look at how clunky this shit is.
3-month subscriber Atomai. True. Moderator 1 year subscriber cheer. 100 frosted ferrets. 6-month subscriber Hawk Putui. Moderator 1 year subscriber cheer 100. Lil Mermaid Keo_plays. If you like Fortnite, this is your channel. Help me grow.
100 me. That's true. That's 100 you. So 2008 was an interesting time, and there were only 2 videos that everyone knew about, because back then YouTube was so small that you couldn't even fart without learning about keyboard cats or Numa Numa. Simpler times, bro. This is the very first YouTube upload. So some of my old frogs may know that the first time that I ever got into video work is I used to make stop motion animation. Prepare for some really shitty scuff. Are you ready to hear 12-year-old me's voice?
Where's my Coca-Cola? Here it is. Hey, here's your straw. Thank you. Oh.
Yes, it does have 16K views.
Ah. Where's my gun?
Just a kid and his Canon power shot that he borrowed from his mom. Some of these frames, as you can see, the flash went off, and I just didn't know how to turn it off. I know exactly what we're gonna call this YouTube highlight video. Showing my old contents was a mistake. I hope that you've had a lot of fun here today. I didn't anticipate getting completely fucking doxxed at one point, but we roll with it. It is what it is.